Howdy everybody, it's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today, I thought I would cover a few keto terms for you. I think I might do a few of these videos if anyone is interested, maybe even if anyone isn't, because I find it interesting and so that y'all can understand and come along with me on my journey. So today, as you might have been able to tell from the title, I'm going to talk about clean, dirty, and lazy keto. So when I first started keto and doing research, one thing that I use as a big resource, of course, is YouTube. And I kept hearing people talk about lazy keto or dirty keto or clean keto. Or whole, that's another one too, which I didn't think to add, but whole food keto. So I'm going to break it down in the way that I understand it. Now, as you all know, I don't really do research. This is just how I understand it from what I have read and from what I have seen. And I thought I'd break it down for you a little bit. So probably the easiest one to understand is lazy keto. And by lazy keto, what most people mean when they say that is they're not actively tracking their macros. So there are many programs out there. I know Carb Manager and MyFitnessPal are two really popular ones. Not sponsored, of course. I don't use either of them. I currently am doing lazy keto. But lazy keto just means you're not inputting all of your macros. You're not inputting every piece of food. You're not weighing it all out. For me right now, that's just too stressful. I just want to get into keto. I want to stay with keto, make it a lifestyle for the most part, at least for the next several years. Then maybe just maintain low carb after that, only because I do feel better than I've felt in a long time. So lazy keto is just that. You're just being lazy about your macros. Now, maybe I'll do another video about macros. My macros, I try to stay under 20 net carbs. Some people track full carbs. Some people track net carbs, but can have a little bit more. So that's what I would track, is 20 net carbs. So when you're doing lazy keto, you're just making sure that you stay under that 20 net carbs, or 25 net carbs, or 50 whole carbs, or however you're counting them. You set your limit, and no matter what food you eat, no matter how many calories, how many fat, as long as you stay under that carb, then your day has been successful. I do pay attention to the calories and the fat and the protein, but for the most part, I just do lazy keto and stay under those 20 net grams of carbs. The next is dirty keto, which I also do. So I technically do what most people would consider a dirty, lazy keto. Now, dirty keto and clean keto sort of work hand in hand, because you are either doing one or you are doing the other. Or you do predominantly one and sometimes the other. Normally that would be you do predominantly clean keto or whole food keto, and then you do dirty keto. So dirty keto is, when people say that, they mean you don't really care as much about what ingredients were used to make that item low carb. So I can give you a few examples of things that I've heard. Not exactly sure why all of these are bad, but as an example, one that's always talked about is soybean oil or vegetable oil. And the main ingredient in a lot of dressings, for example, or mayonnaise, which is big on the keto diet as well, is soybean oil. So, do I still eat Hellmann's mayonnaise? Is the number one ingredient soybean oil? So that's considered dirty keto. There are other things, like I've heard chicory root. Most of you probably heard about carrageenan, which is in a lot of nut milks, or heavy creams even will have carrageenan in it. I do try to avoid that one if I can, so my nut milk doesn't have it. The heavy cream that I use doesn't have it. I use the organic, forgot the brand, but it's red. And I was going to say it has a cow on it, but it's heavy cream, so I don't think that helped. But anyway, Horizon Farms, I think. That just popped in my head, so that could absolutely be wrong. I don't know, but it's red. It's got a cow. It doesn't have carrageenan. Anyway, aspartame or sucralose. Some people will say that those are dirty keto because they're artificial sweeteners that impact your gut health. So when a lot of people say something is dirty keto, the reason they're saying that the ingredients that are in it are dirty are because they're not the healthiest for your gut. And gut health for overall health is very important. In my mind, being low carb, having ingredients that might not be the best for my gut is still 100 times better than what I was eating. So I am okay with dirty, lazy keto. When you hear people say whole food keto, basically what they mean is they're only eating whole foods. So another thing that could be considered a dirty keto is to eat processed foods like the protein bars, or with Perfect Keto, their bars are more of a fat heavy bar, or Hecka bars, different brands, they're just heavier fat for a ketogenic diet. So those would be considered processed and therefore wouldn't be a whole food and wouldn't be considered as a whole food keto. So most people don't do whole food, from what I can tell. Most people do a dirty, lazy keto because that's more sustainable. But there are people out there who do a clean keto. They do it for their health, for medical reasons. I've noticed too, a lot of families have their kids low carb that are autistic. So I guess there must be some research out there saying that maybe a low carb lifestyle helps that. Not sure. I just have seen that as a trend. That is one thing about the YouTube channels that I both like and dislike. I like that they're families because I like watching family channels. And I dislike that they're families because they meal prep for like 6 people and it's just me. And if I meal prepped what you just meal prepped, that would last me for a month. So sometimes the recipes can be tricky. But I don't worry about it. I just make do, or I adjust a recipe to fit what I would eat as a single person. So that's a little bit of the difference between dirty, lazy, and clean keto. I hope that helped someone who may be new and just looking for basic definitions. I know there were some other words like net carbs in there that I used that you may not be familiar with, and I may do those, like I said, in a later video. So for today, I'm going to have a free meal. I've decided, in actually one of the rooms that I follow for keto on Facebook, somebody posted that they were having their cheat day. And most people were like, oh, I just cheat all the time. And I started thinking about it. And when I saw someone post that they didn't have a cheat meal, they had a free meal or a free day, I was like, that's really more what I'm doing, because I purposefully decide that I'm going to not eat something low carb today, whatever that thing is. Fried chicken, pizza, tacos, whatever I decide to eat that's not low carb, right? It's not a struggle for me to not have those things. It's just a treat. Like, this is my birthday weekend and I'm gonna have a treat. Gonna have some DQ tacos, probably gonna get a Dr. Pepper from Sonic. Who knows? I may even go get barbecue on Saturday, because that's normally what we would do on vacation. You never know. And if I decide that that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the decision, I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to just go right back to eating the same way that I've been eating for the last month. So if you see more upcoming videos, I know the last one, when I had the Taco Bell burrito, I called it a cheat meal. I'm not going to call it that anymore, because I'm not cheating. This is the lifestyle that I've chosen to live as far as diet is concerned. And if I want to eat something not on plan, then I'm going to have a free meal. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it, because feeling guilty is what keeps me from continuing. So I don't feel guilty. If I want some ice cream or some pizza or tacos or Dr. Pepper, I'm going to have it because I want that today or maybe tomorrow. But still, I've made a plan. I followed through the plan. So I didn't cheat. You can't cheat on something you planned. That's not what a cheat is. A cheat is when you weren't planning to do it, you did it, and then you feel guilty. In my mind. You do you, but that's how I feel when I say the word cheat. So I'm not going to say it anymore. Alright, well, that's all for today. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Either way, engagement is engagement, and I appreciate it. Hope y'all have a great day, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.